It's an all-new TGIF. First, Myra moves in on Urkel's class.
Yeah, I'd really like to sit next to Steve Urkel. Is there anyone near him willing to give up their seat?
Family matters. Then, Corey goes straight.
I am under no circumstances going to school tomorrow.
Boy Meets World. Then JT sells Mark's book reports, but the guys don't buy it.
Put my son down.
Step by step. And
I want to be a crocodile kid.
Nicole rocks with a croc on Hanging with Mr. Cooper on TGIF.
U.S. Army pilot Michael Durant is on his way home from Somalia. He shed tears of joy as he tasted his first moments of freedom today. We'll have complete details.
A West Side family waits and hopes tonight after the head of their household disappears. We'll tell you what clues police have.
And do MTV's Beavis and Butthead cause children to set fires? We'll hear what local school children and the experts are saying about this. Live on 5 is next.
News Channel 5, Cleveland's live 24-hour news source continues.
Good evening. Battered but free. Michael Durant, the American serviceman captured in Somalia 11 days ago, is headed home.
President Clinton says that he cut no deals to win Durant's release and that it will be up to the United Nations now to decide whether to release 32 Somalis in return. News Channel 5's Lou Maglio has been monitoring the day's events and joins us live now from our satellite center. Lou, he was on a stretcher as we saw there, but it was really wonderful to see Durant's ordeal finally over.
Well, Wilma, 11 days of not knowing your fate, 11 days of thinking about your wife and your baby without a chance of really contacting them. Well, he's contacted them now, though, and he is headed home. No smiles, no waves, no words. Michael Durant's got a broken leg, a bullet wound. He's hurting, but he's free. His wife, Lori, well, she is feeling exactly like you'd expect.
I just want to say thank you so much for all your continued prayers and your support. My husband's coming home, and no one could be happier than me. Thank you.
Have you talked to him, Lori?
Yes, I have. How is he? He's wonderful.
Sister's plenty overjoyed, too.
All I have to say is, oh, glorious day. This is over. Thank God. Thank you, God. I had faith all the way through.
Warlord Mohammed Farah Aidid is responsible for Durant's capture and release. He is angry people with his Somali National Alliance were captured.
And expect their immediate and unconditional release.
President Clinton says that's up to the UN. He's cut no deals.
Our firm position on holding Durant's captors responsible for his well-being and demanding his release, I think, sent a strong message that was obviously heard.
He says the U.S. remains committed to the job started in Somalia, humanitarian aid and helping Somalis establish a viable government. The headline tonight is that an American is coming home, released along with this captured Nigerian peacekeeper. Peace in the region, though, hinges largely on this man who still has plenty of supporters and who still really wants the U.S. out of Somalia.
It causes profound moral and psychological damage.
Well, he won't get his wish for quite a while. The president is sending 1,000 more soldiers to Somalia, Wilma, and promising not to back out of there until the job is finally done.
Lou, obviously, from all we read and all we saw there, this is still a delicate, potentially very explosive situation, isn't it?
Well, there's no question about that. And what happens if the UN decides not to release those Somali prisoners? Aidid says he can be trusted, that he'll abide by the ceasefire. But the big question is, can he indeed be trusted?
And a big question that is. All right, Lou Maglio reporting for us. Thank you.
A West Side mystery is unfolding tonight after an elderly man disappears into thin air. News Channel 5's Liz Clayman tells us George DeVito's family, along with Cleveland police and the Greyhound Bus Company, are all searching for him.
He is a husband, a father, and a grandfather, and tonight, 78-year-old George DeVito is also a missing person.
Strangest thing, well, the family dropped him off. They didn't actually see him board the bus because they had to leave. There was about an hour wait for the bus to come. They didn't actually see him get on the bus.
2 weeks ago, police say DeVito came to the downtown Greyhound bus station to take a vacation.
On October 2nd at 1:45 p.m., George DeVito should have walked through the doors here at Gate 2 and boarded the bus to Orlando, Florida. The problem is it is very difficult to determine whether he even got on that bus.
We had the folks at Greyhound pull up DeVito's travel summary.
Basically what it tells us is that Mr. George DeVito made a reservation with Greyhound Lines. He booked a reservation. He paid for the ticket. The ticket was picked up.
But the only way to tell if he actually got on the bus is to check ticket stubs, which are all sent to Greyhound's office in Des Moines. A search is now underway for DeVito's stub.
Our research will hopefully be able to reveal that he did get on a bus in Cleveland, and it will give a breakdown point by point as to where and what segments he did travel.
Could DeVito still be in Cleveland?